Shalom, Yashar'El. First of all, I want to give all praises and glory to the great I am. And shouting out to the bruised, scattered to the four corners. Know it's been a minute. Been extremely busy with my properties. Lots of building, hard work, and strategizing. So just need you all to be very patient. You know, a few months is not a long time, y'all. All right. I know some of y'all probably thinking like, man, did Seed of Israel leave YouTube or something? All right, let's get right into it. So y'all already know what time it is. Y'all know how bad it's getting, especially on our people. And we're living in a time where our enemies are pushing more and more agendas on his chosen, his elect, more than ever before. They are getting super desperate. But let's get this powerful scripture. We're going to look at Luke chapter 17, and I'm going to read verse 28. It says, likewise also as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sowed, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Now, why am I reading that to you? Because we got to understand the times that we're living in and what's going on. So, a no-brainer, you all know the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, Genesis 19, if you really want to read into detail. But during that time, we know that everybody from a little child to the oldest man was practicing sodomy, practicing homosexuality, practicing lesbianism, or what they call lesbianism today. Now, you got to understand what the wise Solomon said, there's nothing new under the sun. And wickedness always repeats itself over and over and over. But it's going to come to a time where it's going to be eliminated forever. This was a prophecy that was foretold a long time ago and will be fulfilled. And it's fulfilling itself as we speak. But these things must come to pass. And when you look at the big picture, this agenda, the hotspot agenda to destroy Yashar'El, why do you think they're pushing this on the so-called Negroes, especially the Negroes in the U.S.? Now, we are scattered to the four corners, and in Europe, the same stuff is going on. They are pushing these agendas, and I'm going to show you what these agendas are here in a minute. But we got to understand the why. Why is it us? Why us? Why do they choose Yashar'El? Why do they pinpoint focus on us? There's a reason behind this. Now, when we look at the mainstream public, you know, we're talking about all your blue collars, you know, your professions. We're not talking about the 5%ers. We're not talking about the people who own everything. Now, the main population, you know, they don't really know what's going on. All right. We can say we're Israel all we want until we blue in the face. It's not going to matter to them because they look at what media pushes out. They look at how the media portrays us, always acting a fool, always doing the crime, everything. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know. I mean, I don't have to go into detail to explain that. But the elites, or the ones they call the Zionists, or the ones who owns the news media, all the movies, Hollywood, the banks, all that. These are the key people who know who the true scattered are. They know that the Negroes scattered to the four corners are the ancient descendants of the Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. They know this. They try to pretend like they don't know, and try to make believe that we don't know. But we know, they know. But you know what? It's all irrelevant right now because it don't matter, because the Most High has everything in his timing. Everything that's happening is happening according to the Most High's timing. All right? You all don't have to worry about that. You all just need to keep the commandments, be faithful unto the Most High. Now look at what's going on in Israel right now with these so-called Israelis. All right? Now their whole system of being set up in 1937, we already know that was based upon a lie, and that was the reason for World War II. And I'm going to have to do a separate lesson on that because there's a lot of things that I want to bring out and to what's going on right now. So this war that's going on between the so-called Israeli and Hamas, and then you have the Ukraine and Russia, that's all connected. Y'all know that? It's all connected. And the reason why they're trying to push for this war is to keep this false identity that they tried to set up in 1937, which met with failed attempts because they had nothing but war. The Most High has been giving them war ever since. Because according to the scriptures, when true Israel returns, the scattered amongst the four corners, Yashar'El would never study war no more. So that should be a red flag to the whole world anyway. But their false identity was set up in 1937. All right. And ever since, they've been trying to keep this lie going on. Now, the point that I'm about to get to, the reason why I wanted to bring this up with them is because the whole purpose is for them to try to keep our identity hidden. So they're trying to put themselves in the forefront. But you know what? The Most High is giving them hell right now. The Most High is giving them chaos, and we should not be involved. Not one so-called black person should be involved with this war that's going on over there right now. All right? But the Most High is working. Now, you all have to be patient. You're going to have to be patient. You're going to have to allow the Most High to work his plan out because, like I said, everything is happening according to the Most High's plan. Now, with that being said, in the meantime, what they've been doing is that they're pushing all these different agendas on our people. One of the biggest agendas that they've been pushing on us, of course, is the interracial commercials. Now, this is old news. This is nothing new because interracial commercials have been going on for a while. And I remember when they started to take hold, like I would say around the late 80s is when I started noticing like the first interracial commercials, around the late 80s. 90s, they started picking up steam. And then the 2000s, of course, they really started picking up steam. So this is an agenda that they push out. But you got to understand how subliminal messages work, y'all, okay? You may be sitting down and you see a commercial and you see a interracial couple and you might not think nothing of it. Okay, it's just a commercial. But what happens is that stuff goes into your subconscious. All right. It's just like for example, think of a Popeyes commercial. All right. Y'all remember the old, yeah, they still do the Popeyes commercial, but y'all know they have the sister on there. Of course, she's Israel. Then she got a bunch of chicken in front of her. They make it look really, really good. You may not think nothing of it, but in your subconscious, you'd be like, all right, y'all, I'm going to give me some chicken. I'm going to give me some fried chicken at that. And next thing you know, within the next hour or whatever, 30 minutes, you're going to get you some chicken or you're going to fry some chicken or something. But see, these subconscious commercials, they have this spell that's just cast out. And these heathens, they know exactly how to target our people. So I'm just giving you this example. Same thing with a Pepsi commercial or any kind of commercial. And then if they put a so-called black person with that, then they associate that with black people. This is like with fried chicken. They always associated black people with fried chicken, even though other races of people love fried chicken. But you get the point what I'm saying here. All right. It's the whole idea of the subconscious, how they trick the mind to get you to do what they are presenting right before your very eyes. And this is why these interracial commercials are the most dangerous agenda to our people. Why? Because again, Just like I explained the analogy to you, it goes into your subconscious mind. So when they put a sister with a white dude, or they put a brother with a white woman, you see what I'm saying? They associate us with them, and what happens? It's a spell. It's like it's cast out over our people. And now you see these on billboards. Billboards are those things where you're driving out and you see these big billboards all along the highway. Have y'all noticed that? You'll see they'll always show interracial couples. They'll always show Israel with another race of people. Or you'll see it in facilities. So you go into facilities, they have like these different programs, and you'll see the flyers and things like that posted up. You always see interracial. So they just not, they're not just hitting us with the commercials. They're hitting us with the billboards. They're hitting us with all the the flyers or the presentation they have in their facilities. They're hitting us from all corners, y'all. And we're the only ones that they do this to. They don't do it to other races of people. All right. They may have maybe like 1%, very few, other races that they mix with, show commercials mixed with other races, but it's always us. And you got to ask yourself the question, why is that? All right. Now, they're not just only showing commercials of interracial couples with Israel and the heathens, but they're showing gay men commercials. Now, get this. They won't show you two white men commercials. If they do, it's very rare. They'll go out and get a brother with a white dude and put them together on a commercial. So this is what we're starting to see. Well, not starting, but we've been seeing it. But it's becoming more inflamed. We're seeing a lot more of it. All right. Now, several reasons why they're doing this. Now, some would argue that these heathens are dying out. True enough, yes, they are dying out. But at the same time, the agenda is to destroy Yashar'El. That is the agenda. It is to get us to go so far against the commandments of the Most High. It's to get us in such a deep, fallen, sunken place where we can't even recover. And unfortunately, many of our people have reached the point of no return. And now we're living in this time of Sodom and Gomorrah, where, this thing is getting ready to hit the fan, y'all. And I'm not fearful for my people, but I'm very worried for my people. Why? Because I know, according to what the scripture says, it's only going to be a remnant. It's going to only be a few. Not everybody is meant to keep the laws, commandments, and statutes, y'all. We're going to just have to accept that. Every Israelite that is born on this earth, unfortunately, was not born or meant to keep the laws. Now, the Most High would love to save all of his people, but we know that that's not going to happen. Only a remnant. All right. So we have a very long journey before us. All right. Because again, these agendas that are set out to destroy our people, and AI is another one. If you think about all the jobs that are going away because of AI, and I want you to really see what I'm saying, because when you look at Israel and you look at, and I'm talking collectively, all right, for the majority of our people that work, because we don't own anything. We don't own enough as far as to be able to hire like masses and masses of our people. Like, for example, you don't have a black company like Apple. You don't have a black company like Google. You see what I'm saying? All these companies are owned by heathens, all right, because these are part of the curses. And, we made advancements as as employers, but not as employees, all right? And that's why I hate when people always brag when they come up with this crazy false Black History Month mess. They always want to brag that they made advancements. Advancements towards what? Yeah, you might have made some advancements towards being employers, You get a first black judge or whatever, but then that goes away because the person already got fired already. But we have not advanced as employers. Who do we hire? Who's working for us? The scripture says that we are the tail and not the head. Now that will eventually change, whenever that will be, when the Most High in his good time, redeems his people. But AI is taking over a lot of the jobs that most of Israel works. Because think about it. Most of the jobs that Israel work is retail. That includes all your, Walmarts and your Rosses and all that stuff. Then, our people work in food service. Our people will also work in stock and supply, your warehouses and things like that. And then transportation. All right. Truck driving. So all these jobs AI is eventually going to take, and what's happening, that's putting Israel out more and more, because now we're in a bottom state where we're the tail. So we have to go beg the heathens to work. It's sad, unless you have a skill or something that you can use, a carpentry skill or plumbing skill or whatever, and you can work for yourself and you don't have to depend on trying to beg the heathens for a job. Outside of that, that's where we are right now. And this is why you're seeing more of Israel either becoming three things. All right. They're either turning to a life of crime or to a life of begging, or the only other choice is ending up dead. And that's what's happening to a lot of our people. And I know it can get frustrating because we're being hit from all corners. We're being hit with all these gay agendas and these interracial agendas that's being thrown on us. It's everywhere. You can even if you don't have cable, you still see it everywhere you go. Like I said, you see it on these billboards and all that kind of stuff. But they're pushing hard because they're getting desperate. They're getting desperate. They know that their time is short. And they're going to try all they can to keep us from keeping the commandments. And this is why I harp on the commandments all the time, because that is the key. That is the key to our victory. That is the key to our rise. That is the key to our power. Until we get that, then we're going to continue to go down this spiral road into this sunken place of no return. And unfortunately, that's where it's going. All right. And only the few who will hear the voice of the Most High and go against the grain and keep his laws, commandments, and statutes, those are the ones who are going to be saved and delivered in the end. This is why you have to remain faithful according to the scriptures. So it's going to get hot, Israel. It's going to get a lot worse. All right. And don't worry, I'll be back again. I just wanted to throw a little some short encouragement, some jewels out there. Let y'all know that, hey, hang in there. Hang in there. Don't give up. Keep fighting. Keep these commandments. Like the scripture says, make haste to keep these commandments. All right. And only thing you can do is pray for our people, family members, and then step back. All right. Let the rocks fall where they may, because they're going to start falling, and a lot of people are going to get knocked upside the head. But there's nothing you can do about that. So with that being said, Yashar'El, by the grace of the Most High and his will, I will see you soon. And I will say shalom and stay strong as I leave you with Revelation 14:12.